Something happened to me yesterday which I thought was worth sharing because it's crazy. So I'm walking in the mall, went to get something with my sister. I'm walking about and I'm in ShopRite and this lady runs up to me really excited. Like, in fact, it was shock. It wasn't excitement. It was like, oh. She ran up and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'd ever meet you. Can't believe this is you in the flesh. I thought it was cute. I thought it was sweet at first until she says, ignore the stain there, until she says, actually, I was in your comments the other day and I commented that I was in church and I saw you walking and I thought they brought a masquerade into the church until I saw your face. And my face just turned down. I wasn't like angry or anything. I was just like, okay, why are you telling me this? My sister is less like me. My sister went fully like, what the hell kind of story is this? But what really struck me was I looked at her daughter and her daughter had like the utmost look of disappointment on her, and I just walked away. I didn't say anything. I just walked, like, what do you say to that? But it made me realize three things. Sorry, I'm in Nigeria, it's hot. Anyway, it made me realize three things. One, those who talk about you behind your back are always there behind your back. If they were on your level, if they were ahead of you, most likely wouldn't speak that way about you. Anyone who loves you doesn't speak poorly about you. Secondly, I just was shocked that someone who calls themselves a Christian, a believer, would consciously admit to me that she bullied me. It just made me realize the culture we have as Christians, especially in Africa and in Nigeria specifically. We have I can't get into it because I don't want to be accused of being what's the word, reductive, but generally we have this disposition towards our own. We are the first to bully Christians. Christians are the first to bully Christians. The most rancid, rabid, unfortunate comment sections I ever come across on the internet tend to be from Christians. And we claim to serve a God of love. God is love, 1 John 4:4. We are supposed to be embodiments of his love. How can others know about Jesus if we don't portray the same love that brought him to the earth? It just surprises me that this is how we see ourselves and this is how we portray ourselves. And we expect people to come to Jesus. We talk about fire and brimstone and those things are real, but the only magnet I have from Jesus that pulled me is his love. It's not the judgment or the fear of it, it's the love. And we're having this pandemic, especially with gospel artists, where it's like every action is scrutinized. Everything we do, everything we are is put under a telescope and is like dissected and pulled apart. And these are human beings. These are people who lead lives, who have feelings. We don't think about that. You never think about it until you actually meet the person. It's like, it's a human being with eyes and a brain and a heart. Like, it's a human being like you. What are we doing? I mean this with all the love in my heart. The Bible lets us know that the judgments will start with the church. Jesus isn't going to start with the sinners, because, well, no, of course they will be judged, but they didn't really know better. We know better, and Peter says it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. Just imagine at the end of life, at the end of all we've done here, when we thought it's all said and done and we have the curtains fall, what will we be remembered by? What will people say about us? Oh, she was so mean. Every time I sat with her, she gossiped. That guy, his mouth is bad. Can you imagine? Like, that's a horrible legacy to leave behind. I just wanted to put this out there, bullying someone about what their child looks like, bullying people about how they, appear, which is hypocritical considering most of the people that come at me about that don't have a style. But that's beside the point. Like, we owe it to each other. We owe it to Jesus, who first loved us when we were yet sinners, when we had nothing to portray. We don't have any reason to be this judgmental. What do you have that God hasn't given you? This is in the Bible. What do you have that God hasn't given you? If you think you're a better stylist than me, fair enough. Fair enough. But you don't have to say it. If you think that, someone has done something shady behind closed doors, it's not, it breaks my heart when I see that the Christian blogs are the ones that start the worst rumors and they spread it about. We are the ones who come at ourselves. Like, it's crazy. The final thing that I learned from the whole experience, heaping coals on your enemies' heads is a real thing. And that's what I want to wrap this up with. I just think we should move with the love that Jesus said we should have. He said, if your enemies slap you, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. That's what we call real discipleship. We are so quick to lie. So you talked about me, but no, she's gonna feel worse about what she said about me because I didn't say anything. I didn't say a thing. I just looked at her like, oh, and walked away. Heap coals on your enemies' heads. The people that think that they can get to you, the people that think, oh, I've said this about her, this is gonna make her so sad. Let them see that it doesn't matter. You are hid in Christ and Christ in God. Who is he that can harm me if I be a follower of that which is good? Nothing anybody says about me can separate me from the love of God. Romans chapter 8. Nothing can separate me from his love. So anything anybody wants to say, anyway they feel about me, anything, if God didn't love me so much, I wouldn't be here. I don't deserve it. I'm not his best candidate, but here I am. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. I just think that we should love one another, God bless you.
I want to appreciate God for my life and my family. And I want to thank God for using mommy and daddy for our sake. It all happened that I was trying to school in National Open University. Before I came to this dunamis, there's a lot of things that is happening in my life and my family. From my father's side and my mother's side, nobody is a graduate. They will only ended up primary or secondary school. Praise the Lord. But when God remembered me, I got a job and I was working, and I decided to further my education. I started the school. I want to do law program. I started 2014. So I continue like that, and I want to thank God because during that time I never lack of money to pay my school fees. Praise the Lord. I keep going to the extent I go to 500 level, and challenges everywhere. Problems, sickness, they afflict me with leg pain, and I cannot be able to finish. My mates are finished. So the law program is 6 years. So since I cannot be able to meet up, some of my mates finish, and I keep on like that. And yesterday, God declared me.
Well, she said that embargo was there in the course of her program. In the course of her program, she was afflicted, and it looked as though she wasn't able to, or she isn't going to finish that program, but God helped her. Yesterday, she graduated, like she said, the first person to bag a degree in her family.
Degree in what?
In
what law?
Law program.
What's it called? What's the name of the degree? Like medicine is MBBS. Give her the mic. What kind of degree is it? My medicine is MBBS.
BSc, sir. BSc in law, sir.
So the testimony is a lie. There is nothing like BSc in law. You either have LLB or BL.
LLB,
It's a lie. The testimony is a lie. Please go back to your seat. BSc law.